Who are you, a man or a boy? When it comes to becoming a man, there are harsh truths that are unrelated to age. Being a boy and growing into a man is difficult. Being a man nowadays is far more difficult. Boys are feminized from an early age in modern society. Maybe society brainwashed you and made you a man-child as a result. Possible that you've heard that masculinity is harmful and that guys ought to be more feminine. But consider this, you have been told your manly characteristics are intrinsically negative since you were a young boy. Your teachers were mostly, if not exclusively, women, and you were acting inappropriately if you didn't act like the other girls in the class. When you were a boy, you were teased and reprimanded if you were energetic, competitive, and looked for challenges. But these qualities are vitally required for a man to rule, supply, and defend. It won't be simple to reverse the brainwashing if you've spent your entire life repressing your natural urges, but the effort will be worthwhile. You can't become a man from a boy even if you haven't bought into society's falsehood. Boys must pass an exam to become ladies, but girls must become mature enough physically to qualify. Men are expected to perform, after all. The world will view you as a lowly, useless man if you fail in any aspect of your existence as a man, because there is value in beauty. A woman can be attractive and the world will regard her like a diamond. This isn't true for men. You have to work hard and establish your own worth. This is the brutal truth. On the other hand, this should be seen positively. It implies that you can develop yourself into a high-value man regardless of who you are. Make a list of the men in your life that you genuinely admire. Why do you think they're worthy of respect? Abilities to solve problems? Capacity to overcome hardship? Supplying bravery, power, self-control, or guidance? Age has no bearing on what makes you admire someone for their masculinity. Let's discuss crucial things that will turn you boys into a man, and don't be a pussy. 1. Be responsible. Boys tend to do whatever makes them feel good or want, and they frequently hold other people responsible for their life's events. Rather than accepting accountability, they lament issues and see themselves as victims. Men are aware that there is always some responsibility to assume. There's still ownership to accept, even if it's from someone else. For instance, it's possible that you disregarded warning signs. In 9 cases out of 10, we are victims of our own thoughts rather than external situations in life. You take control of your issues and your life when you accept your responsibility. It is not due of other people, but rather ourselves, that have brought us to this point in life. 2. Shut your mouth and do it. All of us have had a friend who usually talks a big game, boasting about his wealth, the number of women he slept with, and fighting prowess. This guy was all talk at the end of the day, but he had some lovely anecdotes to back up his boasts. It takes hard to become a ladies' guy, financially independent, or a skilled combatant. Boys choose to take the simple route, which involves boasting in an attempt to attain the prestige they desire. Any real situation will always reveal that this status is not real. Guys are aware that words are cheap and that deeds speak louder than words. Understand when it's appropriate to keep your lips shut, lower your head, and work silently without raising an objection. Men prioritize action over speech. 3. Stop playing video games and stop fapping. Video games are great, but you have to understand that they are made solely to satisfy your macho fantasies. Why do you believe that a ridiculous number of men and boys suffer from video game addiction? The fundamental elements of every video game that appeals to a man's human nature and wants are challenge, competition, status, and conquering. However, these accomplishments are phony, and losing yourself in video games saps your drive and vitality for the real world. False reality can also be experienced through fapping to internet information. False victory. You are observing other individuals. You are not engaging in the act yourself, nor have you made any approaches to the other sex. Recognize this, as well as the reality that erectile dysfunction is a common side effect for many men. 4. Control your emotions or stop being a crybaby. Boys frequently act on their feelings. Whether they feel like it or not, men take care of business. In the society in which we live, great efforts are made to transform men into women. Boys and men are routinely told by society to open up, listen to their feelings, and express them. Phrases "be a man" and "toughen up" are perceived as harmful. But this is the point at which things become gloomy. Emotions are often expressed differently by men and women. A woman will talk about her feelings and possibly cry when you advise her to stop holding them inside. Men have the potential to become very violent when you encourage them to stop repressing their emotions and to pay attention to their feeling. When you're experiencing road rage, you can attack someone because you're giving in to your emotions rather than exercising self-control. One of the most important foundational elements of masculinity is emotional restraint. 99% of American school shooters were raised in homes with just one mother. In the home, fathers uphold discipline and order. Bad things can happen very rapidly, especially with the increased rate of fatherlessness and the social pressure on boys to simply listen to their feelings. This does not imply that, as a male, you hold everything inside. You may need to talk to your brothers or friends if the problem is significant. Perhaps you should vent at the gym. But first, you need to take a step back and examine the circumstances with objectivity. Frequently, issues are not as significant as we portray them to be. The most emotionally stable men you will ever meet are masters of their emotions. Good emotions are those that are not abused. Because of their fury, a lot of lads have started going to the gym and developing amazing, powerful physiques. It used to happen to a lot of them. This is a great illustration of managing emotions and applying them constructively. You will be surprised to learn how much potential you actually have as a man. Though difficult, the road from childhood to maturity is one that is worthwhile. Accept accountability, keep your attention on the task at hand, regulate your feelings, and be aware of the things that could divert you. You have to generate worth for yourself. It won't be given to you. So if you want to improve your mentality in life, don't just stare at your phone and scroll. Go ahead and follow me and check out my videos. And remember, be responsible.